Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the upcoming cold spell. There's another one just after this kind of brief mild interlude, and also that comes with the risk for potentially snow in some areas. And I'll also talk about the slightly stormy weather that's coming up, and then a bit into the long range as well. So we'll start off here by looking at some of the GFS charts. This is this morning's GFS run, and you can see we had a spell of sleet and snow which moved through parts of northern England and Scotland, and that's cleared. And you can see the big theme for actually today and tomorrow is going to be this big low pressure here. Actually, let me just change that so it's a bit bigger. You can see we've got this big low pressure here, those green colours showing we've got mild air, and those tight isobars showing strong winds, strong southwesterly winds actually across almost all of the UK, with lots of rain initially today, during this evening across kind of Ireland and then central and southern parts of England, and then later on showers and heavy rain to the north. Sorry. And then you can see what happens. Interestingly, is you can see this low clears to the east, and then notice we get that cold air returning on the northern side. So it's a really brief mild interlude. Basically we get that low. I'll just draw it out for you. We get that low here where the winds are coming like this, and you can see that puts us in the path of those mild southwesterly winds. But as that low then clears to the east, what happens is we get that low here, and then instead we get those winds to the north, and that's why it's going to be really quite cold by Tuesday. And we've got those dark blue colours all the way down south across all of the UK and Ireland, which indicates the air will be likely cold enough for snow, especially overnight. And then if I move that through, you can see actually our cold air is pushed out by Wednesday, Thursday, but I'll just talk about the next few days in more detail. Actually on Monday we are looking at the potential for some strong winds. So let me just show you some high resolution models. This is the icon model. It can overdo wind speeds a little bit, so kind of take this with some caution. But you can see this model is actually showing a spell of kind of 50 to 60 mile an hour winds during the south, parts of Wales, high ground of northwest England and southwest England, and then transferring to central southern England on Monday during the afternoon. I think these gusts are a little bit too high. If I show you some of the other models, this is the French model, you can see gusts here more in the 40 to 50 mile an hour range, but still pretty strong, and we've barely seen any strong winds this year actually, so it will be quite notable. And if I show you the ECMWF, you can see, I don't know what's going on there. If I show you the GFS, you can see kind of similar thing. And let me just show you the high resolution Met Office UKV model. Here we go. So this is during Monday. Strong winds across Scotland actually as well. But for the south, you can see by 11 o'clock we've got those 50 to 55 mile an hour wind gusts quite widely across southeastern areas and coast as well. Even stronger winds on coasts, and you can see those winds actually linger for quite a long time. And then we potentially get another spell of strong winds later on Tuesday morning. So Monday to Tuesday, quite blustery across the south. If we look at any potential snow risk, you can see, let's take a look at the GFS. You can see, so we're fairly confident that there's going to be a spell of snow, potentially significant across northern Scotland, as you can see here, and that's backed up by other models. And then this is kind of where the uncertainties start to emerge. There's likely to be some precipitation in the vicinity of this kind of deep low pressure, because there's going to be lift, and that's going to allow those kind of clouds and showers to form, and that could turn to snow actually on the back side, because we've got the kind of the precipitation coinciding. Actually, that was a terrible line, let me just draw that again. We've got the precipitation here coinciding with that cold air, which is, let's just get the cold air map out, which you can see is just slightly to the north. And it's quite a tight gradient. You can see the lines are really squeezing together, especially around here. So there could be a kind of area where initially across the north on Monday, and then passing further south into Tuesday, we see a spell of more prolonged snow, especially kind of across perhaps northeast England as well. Kind of this region of southern Scotland and north England, and there could be some strong winds there, so blowing snow, potentially some drifts. But the main uncertainty kind of comes to what happens when it gets further south, because some models are actually showing something kind of more significant across the Midlands and southern England. For example, if I show you the past 12 o'clock run, that was showing a period of snow through the south, and if I show you the past 6 o'clock run from last night, you can see a similar thing there with quite a significant spell of snow with very strong winds across the Midlands and southern England. So there's quite a lot of variability. However, I would say I feel like we're trending towards a less snowy outcome. I mean, we'll probably get a look at the 6 o'clock run, but you can see on this particular run, we still do get a bit of light snow across southeastern areas and the Midlands, but that's kind of the bulk of it is kind of clear to the east. But let's take a look at some of the other models as well. The European model showing a relatively similar thing, potentially some sleet during the morning, and this is showing, so definitely a significant event for southern Scotland and northern England being shown here, but perhaps not as significant for the south as was the models were showing a couple of days ago. Let's take a look at the Canadian here, similar picture to all the other models. Not much snow for the south there. The Icon, yeah, similar thing, perhaps a bit of sleet, but I'm not looking too promising for the south. The Midlands though could see a bit of a mixed precipitation type there. Let's take a look at the UKV model, and this could be, so that's likely to be significant and quite heavy snow during Monday evening. And then this is showing a period of rain, but if we look at the temperatures, you can see they're just not quite cold enough for snow. Perhaps some sleet across East Anglia. But let's take a look at those snow depths, because actually by Tuesday we could see quite heavy snow accumulations across parts of Scotland and northern England. They can zoom into Scotland there. Hopefully that's not cutting us off, but you can see potentially inland as much as 10 to 15 centimeters across the south. And then let's take a look at the Icon model. Around kind of 1 to 5 centimeters of snow from that, perhaps up to 10 centimeters of snow from that kind of this band that I was just talking about, and there's likely to be some strong winds in there as well, potentially 30-40 mile an hour winds. So that could be quite disruptive. I would expect to probably see a Meteorologist warning for kind of Monday evening soon, perhaps even today. And you can see, let's take a look at the snow depths on the European model. You can see, yeah, another, looks like some quite significant snow for kind of inland areas of southern Scotland and northern England. 5 to 10 centimeters, perhaps a bit more, and drifting snow as well. Then let's talk about the snow risk later on. That's our first snow risk out of the way. Then what happens, as you can see here, is we are in a very showery and unstable airflow. Let's look at those 850 HPA temperatures on the GFS, just as an example. As you can see, we've got very cold upper air, or not, it's not upper air temperatures, but this is the air just kind of 1 to 1.5 kilometers above the surface, and you can see it's very cold, and actually there's a temperature difference between the surface and this, and it's quite steep, especially at this time of year when the sun is getting stronger, so the ground is being heated up more and we get more kind of instability. And that means that when we get cold spells this time of year, we can often get quite widespread showers. And actually it does look like we could see quite a lot of widespread snow showers from the northwest during Tuesday. You can see lots of showers across northern Scotland there, those as kind of the usual locations coming in like that. So you can see, let's just go on to the 0 o'clock run because I don't want to get, as you can see there, those showers coming in as usual across northern areas, particularly heavy, potentially some thunder snow in there, and brings quite a lot of heavy accumulation to the northern Scotland as usual. And then also notice further south we've got widespread showers as well, parts of Ireland and Northern Ireland, and then kind of this region around here, parts of northwest England and Wales. And what could potentially happen is we get kind of the showers kind of funneled through this sort of region here, and that can often give kind of quite a significant streamer. Not always, but sometimes can give quite widespread showers even through parts of central southern England. And as you can see, those kind of pink areas showing the risk, it's not certain, but during Tuesday daytime, the risk for quite widespread hail, sleet and snow showers across the UK, and then potentially across the eastern coast as well. Something there. Let's take a look at some other models just for fun. Actually, let's look at the 6 o'clock model of the GFS. So you can see significant snow there for northern England, but kind of clears just to the east, but those really, really heavy snow showers. Let's take a look at some other models for the snow risk, and you can see widespread showers being shown here as well. And then let's take a look at the icon. Some widespread snow showers there during Tuesday, as you can see, especially across western areas. Potentially another area of snow for northern England there. Let's take a look at the UKV showers, and you can see really heavy as well across northern Scotland, western Scotland, and potentially down kind of through the northwest areas into parts of central southern England during Tuesday. And I often find this model even underdoes those showers, so potentially we could be seeing quite widespread snow showers on Tuesday. And then by Wednesday we could see a frontal snow event, possibly, as you can see there, possibly on the leading edge of this rain band, the Midlands up to around Scotland. Could see some heavy snow for a time, but that's going to get washed away. As you can see, the mild air then fully in force by Thursday, Friday. Let's take a look on the European model, but not a widespread snow risk, so I'm be doubtful of the GFS, but potentially a frontal snow event across northern England and Scotland during Thursday, as you can see there. And then we're completely back into the mild by the weekend, next weekend. However, something interesting, I'm going to end on this, perhaps something interesting towards the middle of the month again, because we've still got high pressure to our north, kind of up there. So the cold air is never too far away. If I show you this graphic, as you can see, it's never too far away. And actually, potentially we could see it get reintroduced during kind of the middle of the month, as you can see on the GFS there, around the 21st, 22nd. This is uncertain, but showing that what could happen is we get kind of a brief spell of colder air during the middle and end of the month, and a similar thing on the Canadian model, where we see potentially another spell of colder temperatures towards the middle or end of the month. So keep an eye on that. But let's look kind of for the rest of the we can look at these weekly mean anomalies for the rest of the month and into April. You can see cold this week, especially across the north, and then kind of potentially a bit more uncertain towards the end of the month. But you can see cold air to our northeast, and then the mild air kind of just to our southwest. But I reckon we might get another shot at a colder spell during the middle to end of March, and then you can see by April things really look to warm up. I mean, this is quite far out, so take this kind of with caution, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a fairly warm April in the cards looking at these temperatures. That's today's video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and have a great day. Bye.